Welcome to Unfold Data Science. My name is Aman and I am a data scientist. In this video, I am not going to bore you by telling you have to learn to become an AI engineer. This is the roadmap for AI engineer and all the talks of the town about AI engineering. Okay. What we are going to do is we are going to take a step back and look AI engineering and think, is it really for me? And I am going to do that in 4 steps. First, I am going to tell you why so much talks around AI engineering. Second, what will be expected from you when you become an AI engineer. So, we will not talk about learn this, learn that. We will understand what will be expected from you and then we will backtrack to the skills. Okay. Third, you have to understand when you go to market and say I am an AI engineer, you need some validation, right? How do you get that validation? And fourth and most important, is it really for you? Do you want to become an AI engineer? So this video is going to be little debate type in nature because I am going to say something which people may not agree also. Please provide your comments. All of us are one family. Let's hear from everybody and let's start the discussion. Okay. First of all, why so much talks around AI engineering? So if you go to Google and search AI engineering versus, right, you are going to get something like this where AI engineering is being compared with software engineering, with machine learning engineering, with data science and whatnot, right? What is the reason for this? What is the reason for comparing AI engineering with all these things? And then what I did is I went to Google and started looking for job trends in AI engineering. So what I saw was supporting this. I saw that job trends is very much positive, very much favorable for AI engineering. So it is increasing over years. So no problem on that front. Job demands are increasing. Okay. Why this is happening? So if you go 10 years back from now, 10 to 11 years, 12 years back, right? When most of the companies were doing some basic R programming, as they were calling it machine learning, something in Excel they used to do, they used to call it machine learning, right? Now the things have changed. Now everybody wants to productionize the model. If you talk something prototype or something POC in front of the customers, right, they will not like it. They want to see things in the production, running, doing good, generating proper results. All these things they want to see. Okay. So excuses are no more entertained in the world of AI. Okay. So industry is maturing, right? And that is where so much of talks around AI engineering. So what is the role of AI engineering basically? So it will stand like this. Okay. One foot towards software engineering side and other foot towards machine learning AI side. Okay. So an AI engineer will be somebody who stands like this. Okay. Who takes care of components on software engineering side and components on machine learning or AI side. We will discuss in more details the roles and responsibilities, but just to give you a high level idea, what is basically this job role. Okay. Now, as I told you in the beginning, if you become an AI engineer, then what will be expected from you, right? So let's take a use case and try to understand. Let's say you are going to build a service requests come, right, tickets or some kind of complaints data you have, and it needs to get assigned to multiple teams based on the text description of the complaint. Just a simple use case I am taking. So you can think of multi-class classification where there is a text need to be allotted to one of the team based on what the complaint is. Okay. Now as an AI engineer, the roles and responsibilities will include 5 things mainly. First thing is you have to understand what infra do you need. Okay. Now some of you may not have that level of exposure to what I mean when I say to infra. So let me try to make you understand. Okay. There will be an infra team or infra manager in your organization who will allocate you proper infrastructure based on what you say. For example, in this scenario, the scenario I am talking here, right? Let's say your company is using AWS. In AWS, there are different options to store data, right? So why you will go for Redshift and how much of Redshift capacity you want? Why you will go for some other database and how much of capacity in that you want. Okay, now understand this core problem, guys. The project has not started yet. Okay, it is in very beginning phase. You have to, as an AI engineer, anticipate the volume. Okay, anticipate the volume, anticipate the flow traffic, and then say that xyz is my target traffic, and this is what I want. That is just one small part of what your responsibilities are. Okay, I am just saying how do you provision the infrastructure, how do you get the infra provisioned for you. Okay, what infra do you need, how do you design the projects. Now let me tell you some simple examples, right? Let's say you are building a fraud detection model. Okay, in the fraud detection model, right, there will be some data which will be dynamic in nature. For example, this customer or this transaction was not, some characteristics of this were not fraud till yesterday, but with today's refresh, right, with today's refresh, this customer or this transaction looks like a fraud. So if you are refreshing your data, right, you are refreshing some key component of the customer or transaction, whatever, you need to have a mechanism in place to refresh that. Okay, how do you refresh that? Do you do it automatically? Do you do it mix of automatic and manual? Where from you source the refresh data? Do you want to do it, how frequently you want to do it, how frequently you want to schedule it, and why? Justification for that. Okay, why you want to do like that. So I'm coming here to say the design of your model building, forget it, data science core components, I'm not even talking that. Okay, forget those aspects now. I'm just telling infra provisioning, how you will design your project. Now this is additional on top of basic AI ML roles and responsibilities. Okay, basically what you have to do is you have to also understand how this model is going to work in the production, how the retraining will happen. I'll not talk basic stuff. Okay, basic stuff most of you are aware, how the retraining is going to happen, how the monitoring is going to happen, how the model governance is going to work. Okay, not from theoretical point of view, from practical aspects of it. What is your retraining approach? How do you feed the data into the system, at what interval, how do you trigger your retraining job, on what aspects? All those decisions you have to take as an AI engineer. Maybe you will take inputs from data scientists, data engineers, right? So try to understand some key roles and responsibilities, and then you are smart enough to know what skills are needed, right? Next thing I want to talk here, you have to have very good coordination of your with your data engineer and data scientists. Now data engineer and data scientist, two different roles, right? Two different set of skill sets with these two people. You have to understand what this guy is doing, what this guy is doing. Okay, so you have to give input to data engineer also. Hey, why are you bringing data like this? Can we do a bi-weekly refresh in place of weekly refresh? Hey, can we try to, in place of JSON, can we have a, let's say, CSV? In place of CSV, can I have a temporary table? In place of temporary table, can I have a separate schema where I put all my data? All these design related discussions, right, in data you will have with data engineers. All the machine learning, data science related discussions, right? Why this model, why this accuracy, why this parameter you are tuning, why you are not tuning that parameter, why you are taking this date range, why not that date range. All these discussions with data scientist. Okay, this is your another responsibility. Next responsibility is managing stakeholders. So you are the centerpiece, right? You are the centerpiece. So you are responsible for the success of that particular AI application in one way. Okay, you are the one who has thought through the solution design. You are the one who has thought through how the project will work. You are the one who has inputs in all the phases, right, from data acquisition to model monitoring, right? So you will have to manage the stakeholders, you will have to justify the expenses. Not an easy job to do, believe me guys. Okay, every time what will happen is, most of the things now on cloud, right? So bills get generated, you know that. And from my personal experience, right, every time team will ask you, do you really need this much of capacity, do you really need this much of warehouse size? you should have justification for that. Yes, I need this much of warehouse size. Otherwise, people may ask you 100 questions. I'm not trying to scare you or something, okay? Some people may find it very, very interesting, looking at data scientists, data engineers, stakeholders, how data is coming, how data is going, how prediction is happening. Very, very interesting. But some people may find it very, very stressful, okay? I'm not here to give the judgment. I'm here to tell you what will be expected from you as an AI engineer, okay? I have spoken about three, four things. One more thing I want to talk about here is staying up to date. Now, suppose AWS you are using Redshift, or AWS you are using Athena, or let's say some S3 bucketing you are using, different types of bucketing, right? Some one strategy of bucketing you are using. Tomorrow AWS comes with another strategy of bucketing which suits more to your requirement and also more to your cost, right? If you are not updated, right, you will not recommend that to business. If you are not recommending that to business, that is one of your core job to do, okay? What is coming new in terms of infra in the market, what is coming new in terms of cost saving in the market, what is coming new in terms of model building in the market, all these things you have to stay updated, okay? How much of difference in the salaries from data scientist to AI engineer? That question also you can ask yourself and Google it. All the information is public, right? Google it and just try to see. If you are interested, as I said, some people are really interested in this field because they may find they have the visibility of entire piece of data flow, everything, right? Very interesting for some people, I agree. In that case, if you want to do the certification or if you want to have a validation, so you can go to either Microsoft Azure AI Engineer certification or IBM AI Engineer course, both the snapshots you can see here, okay? So as I said, for some people it will be very interesting, for some people it will be stressful. We have to see both these scenarios, okay? We can't simply say that go and become an AI engineer. No, I'll not tell that. Understand what will be expected from you, understand if that excites you, understand if you can justify that role, and then start planning the learning. If you ask me what to learn, same things: machine learning, deep learning, statistics, programming, stakeholder management, comm skills, talking, and some additional things like APIs call, how to build an API, how to integrate multiple systems together, how to do the infra provisioning, not do, ask at least, or how to estimate the infra. Some additional things you need to know, but core is basically data science. Around that many new things will come of software engineering, okay? Now the final part, I want you to comment me how many of you think this is an exciting role and you want to do it, and how many of you think based on what is expected from me and based on the salary difference I will get from data science to this job, not justified, or I'm not interested, okay? This is an interesting conversation that I wanted to have with all of you. So just you can comment and we can just discuss over there, okay? So there is nothing, no size fits all, nothing which is same for everyone. So all the difference of opinions are accepted. According to me, if you are really keen to take up that challenge, then only go ahead. Otherwise you will feel very, very frustrated in that job role, okay? See you all guys, wherever you are. Stay safe and take care.